Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the threezero Transformers MDLX Nemesis Prime. We're going to go ahead and put him off to the side and look at this box. And yes, very nice box actually. You got this all the circuitry pattern. You got the MDLX and Nemesis Prime and a very high saturation picture of the figure. You got the Decepticon outline here in the for the window. And that's nice purple with there and there. You got that area and MDLX Nemesis Prime in another picture. You have well Transformers and the Decepticon symbol and Nemesis Prime and all that stuff. On this side you have Nemesis Prime and more pictures and a little, I guess, authentic threezero sticker thingy. On the bottom you have pattern, metal pattern, threezero and barcode. And in the back you have some more pictures here and some made in China. The threezero choking has not a toy, only sold for ages 15 and above, and Transformers logo and licensed by Hasbro and all that stuff. And warnings and all that right here too. In the box you actually get a warranty sheet just in case something goes wrong, and a little thing telling you all the stuff in the box and how to, you know, some of the stuff about the figure to know you need to know. So, yep, and again, non-toy for not for children. Anyway, yes. So, threezero MDLX Nemesis Prime. So, I've never actually dealt with the threezero figure before. I kind of thought about, I remember thinking about getting the Optimus version, but, well, I saw the Nemesis. Well, okay, I'll just jump in on the Nemesis version. I've heard apparently some mixed feelings on this one. I can understand why getting this guy. So, you can see here, it is a very stylized, non-transforming G1-esque Nemesis. Yeah, you can see, you know, very nice little head sculpt. You got the very nice red eyes there. You got the silver face mask and a lot of worn details, you know, kind of the thing that makes it look worn. You got the little roof lights there with silver and teal. You got the red chest windows. You got the silver for the grill. You got the teal down here. You got the silver. You know, nice little chin vents and all that stuff. The feet, and up here you guys get the blue triangle, and you got the Decepticon symbols and the smokestacks. And on the back here, this is a separate piece right here, but you know, you attach it because, well, Optimus always has a backplate, gets more venting and lots of little details like throughout. A very nice amount of detail and whatnot. A little bit of silver right here on the back of the form. Yeah, this is a whole separate piece in the box, but you are supposed to attach it and just kind of, yeah, that's what it looks like without. Again, you see the spine and stuff and some of the gray, but yeah, you can see the clear holes for this thing, which has a silver back. But yeah, it's Primes have these G1 Prime has a bit of a backpack thing going on, and there you go. That's supposed to be attached. So pretty darn good looking figure. Good looking anyway. Definitely a couple issues, at least I have, that personally messing with it. He's got quite a bit of articulation again because he didn't have to transform, and he's also got quite a few accessories which I'll get into, I guess. Actually, right now, you know what? Yeah, let's do that right now. So, first of all, he's got 5 other sets of hands beyond. He's got closed fist hands right here. But he also has kind of more open hands for holding, like, say, an axe. He has gun holding hands. These, you can see that these have little trigger fingers and everything. These kind of more claw grip hands for, I guess, you know, putting under the barrel of a gun if you're going to hold it two-handed. You can see that. You got these 2-finger pointing hands, you know, for for each side. And he's got these splayed hands, which, yeah, pretty straightforward what those are for. So yeah, swapping the hands is just, you know, they're on ball joints. It's supposed to be simple, but a lot of I've noticed with, at least on mine, a lot of the hands just quite frankly have a lot of resistance. So, yeah, popping these off are simple enough, but getting these hands sometimes is a pain in the butt to swap on. They really do not want to sometimes. But if you have trouble, I would say just go ahead and, you know, heat them up, you know, heat the hands up with a hairdryer and then for a little bit and then go ahead and put them on. Another thing is I want to talk about this. You can see, yeah, that black spot on my hand. That's paint transfer. When I opened this thing up, strong smell of paint. Like, it was strong. Like, really strong. So when you open up, go ahead and just kind of, you know, set them down, just kind of let them sit for a while. Because apparently I did not know you had to do that. Because yeah, I paint transfer and it was smelled bad. And I had to kind of leave the room because I was kind of in a more enclosed room, not realizing that it was going to be like that. So just be careful. Don't want to get high, literally high off yourself. But anyway, the gun here, very nice finish on it. Got a very gunmetal finish. Yeah. And you got very nice details on it too. You can see all that stuff, little ventings and little netchings and ventings and all that stuff. And this goes into the gun holding hand, with the trigger and everything. Pretty simple. It's just kind of just slot that in. The hands have a little bit of a give to them, so not too much. But yeah, you can hold that pretty simple. It's not it's not like he's going to drop it anytime soon. So there's that. Let's see. Swap out forward. Let's see. Where's the other one? Here we go. Yeah, I'm not going to put on every single hand because that's a little ridiculous. But yeah, you get this is the barrel gripping hand, and this I've noticed on this side it tends to be more resistant than the other one. But yeah, you can do the whole. You do that. Two-handed if you want. Of course, he's got the other gripping hands, which are for his other accessory, which I'll grab out here, which is another accessory. There's one more I haven't talked yet. The axe. Again, same finish as the gun on the handle right here. Nice, been kind of almost like an engine up here on the axe. And then, of course, a nice translucent red for the blade. Nice big old pull, which, again, thankfully, because the hands are more of a rubbery plastic, it's easy enough to just go ahead and get it, easy-ish to get his hand open enough to get that in there. I say as I pop it all right off right off the ball joint. But yeah, just get this fingers wrapped around it. There we go. Yeah, just sometimes it might be easier to get the accessory in the hand first before you pop the hand on the figure, but there you go. You can hold his accessories, although this one's kind of sometimes a little weird about it. There you got that, though. Yeah, that's the other accessories, which... Put that back on. Yeah. One last accessory, which is also in the box. Chest here, you can remove the front windows here, and yeah. That's the other thing, is the matrix. The dead matrix. You can see... Nicely picked out, silver and gold. You got the red jewel right there. And yeah, there's some nice detailing up in the matrix chamber itself. But unfortunately, the matrix doesn't really latch in or anything. But these, these are magnets. But yeah, the matrix doesn't latch in. So when it's the matrix chamber thing, it doesn't latch or anything. It doesn't like clip in or latch in or anything. So it doesn't take much. I say it doesn't take much. And of course, this time it clips in. Every single other time I've tried to put it in, it doesn't clip in. This time it clipped in. Go figure. Right on camera. Prove me wrong. Yeah, that goes in there. You can see it behind the window. Again, the magnets are there too and everything. So yeah, you got all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna get this gun out of the way just for this next bit because we're going to, of course, do posability real quick. Now, one other thing I always wanted to say, the one other problem mine has is the head. The head is on two ball joints. There's one up in the head and there's one down in the neck. The head one does kind of will move a bit, but also on mine, the head really likes to pop off like a lot. I have just bumped it and it goes poof right off. Before this review, I pushed it down as hard as I could and it seems to might have seated better, but yeah, it's like you got a ball joint up here at the top of the neck and, but you also want the base neck, so you got a lot of, working in tandem, you get a lot of posability, so down and up and left and right and yeah, all that stuff. Shoulders, you got a full 360 there. You got this weird thing outward, so you got there's a hinge here, and then there's another hinge, which I just popped that off, because of course I did. Yeah, that just clips on, thankfully, so not too difficult to get that back on. Yeah, there's a hinge there, and then you get that there, and then you get that hinge, and yeah. Only thing is when you bring it down often, it's going to look like that, which is kind of weird looking, and Yeah. So yeah, you got that. So you have to kind of bring that up there and then bring that up and then bring that up, and that works. And then you have to reset that. You also have a butterfly joint, which again shows some detail. A pretty deep butterfly, and also nice bow detail right there. Right there. There's a bicep swivel right there. Also, yeah, again, the multiple hinges there let you kind of do some things with the arm, like possible cross arm poses might be possible with that. Elbow, you got double joint there, which lets you curl it that far, pretty good. And also this thing right here, you can see actually there's a flap there, which is cool. Of course, like you saw, the wrists are on ball joints, so you got swivels, and you got a lot of waggle there too and everything. And yeah, they kind of pop off. Yeah, once you start getting them on there, like the problem is they'll kind of pop off a little easier than you might like for posability. Anyway. The torso, you do have an ab crunch right there, mid-torso ab crunch right there, an actual ab crunch. And also cool thing is, again, back here, you get some detail showing up, which is cool. I also wanted to mention that detail too. That's pretty cool looking. But yeah, you got that. You do have a waist swivel. This is actually a ball joint. You can see right there. Yep, ball joint. Yeah, so you got a waist swivel there, and you got a little bit of forward and back there too at the waist, and also a bit of side to side at the waist. And the ab crunch also has a bit of side to side, but not a whole lot. You only get so much. If you see, yeah, you can see a little bit, but not a whole lot. Let's see. So hips. Okay, so these are on ball joints. These little things, because hip skirts can get out of the way a little bit. And when you go, a weird thing is, well, that's how that's attached. So when you move that out of the way, it can get a little weird. But hips, they're on a double barred bolt, like a double ball joint thing. So you got this whole thing where it's like, okay, they can go forward, and that's about it. And then you can lower them on that ball joint, and then you get, a bit more. Only thing is you got to be careful because this pops off really easily. Like I said, pops off really easily. But you can get a lot of upwards and outwards and stuff if you're, really want it. You can get a lot there. You got backwards again. Stuff gets out of the way pretty easily. You get backwards, and then I guess more backwards. You got outward, which only bring us again. That one pops off really easily because it's a tiny. See, that's a tiny little ball joint, so it pops off really easily in the socket. But yeah, you get a lot of outward there as well. Thighs, there's a swivel there. You can see nice little thigh swivel. Knees, they are double jointed. It's weird. Although it's kind of weird how it's double jointed, so because of the sculpting. So you got those joints like that. So it's easy to get like that, but then you can also adjust it like this. So this thing right here, this is like spring loaded, so this can also sink in a little bit for that, depending on how you want the knee positioned. You want the more of this low stuff, which again, more detailing showing up. Or you can have the knee bending up here, depending on how you want to do that. So there's a little bit of options in how you do the knee bend. And down here at the feet, it's kind of weird. You got this thing. These are on little ball joints, so you can adjust how these sit. Although I wish they could sit a little lower, because as it stands, that stands. It kind of like I thought this maybe a little armature. I looked in there. No, it's not. It's just another. It doesn't. It's not really meant to bend down. I wish it could sit a little lower. But oh well. But as I say, you can kind of have me sit higher or like that. Different. And the feet are all on ball joints. You got this rotation. You got a bit of forward, about a bit of back. There's flaps here to help facilitate all this stuff. There's flaps on the outsides too, so you get ankle tilt, the ball joint itself, and also there's again ball joint up here and ball joint in the foot itself. So you got a decent amount of ankle tilt. Although the problem is that this stuff starts getting in the way a bit, like the actual sculpting, which there's like these bits are a little bigger, because you can see there's actually can be a lot of more ankle tilt, but you get only that much because of ball sculpting. That's a little unfortunate. And they also have he also has a toe joint. So yeah, there you go. That's your posability. Get this guy all reset. So he's got a pretty good posability overall. Just a couple weird spots where it's like his own sculpting kind of gets in the way of anything better. Nothing too bad though. Just a couple weird spots in there. Something. There we go. Yeah. So real quick though, gonna do some comparisons. Just a couple of them. Here he is with Siege, or actually Netflix, Nemesis Prime. See that? He's a bit taller than that. And here he is with Masterpiece, Nemesis Prime, MP49. You can see, yeah, a bit shorter than him, quite a bit shorter than him. So doesn't work with Masterpiece at all. But he might work a little bit in a general generations collection. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, so that's the threezero MDLX Nemesis Prime. Should you get it? Well, for me, there's a couple little. I've just had a couple little small issues. Namely, for me, the head kept popping off. The hands, the extra hands don't like to initially out of the box take a lot of effort to get them to go on the ball joints. Might have to heat them up. And also that very strong paint smell, and I got definitely paint on my hands the first few times I messed with it, and even now on the review I got a bit of paint on it. I thought that by now it would be cured, but no, apparently not. So yeah, weird thing with the paint there, he just smelled very strong of paint, and yeah, almost made me sick. The other thing is some of his posability gets a little bit in the way of his own, his sculpting gets a little bit in the way of his posability a bit sometimes. And he's got some weird things, like, again, also the hip piece likes to pop off really easily, and just a couple little things like that. But overall, he's actually a pretty cool looking figure. But it might not be everyone's taste. I know some people have kind of are a little down on the general aesthetic of it. But I think he looks cool. Other thing is, he is a $90 figure, which is a lot cheaper than threezero's usual stuff, or usual Transformer stuff, but it's still kind of almost $100 for a non-transforming figure, which also is really posable. It's in that range of very much the kind of high-end posable figure market. So it's in that range, comparable to, I guess, to a bit of a more premium Figma or something like that. So I think he's a decent value proposition. It's just, yeah, again, you're going to have to deal with the fact he doesn't transform. And if you don't like that, then probably should skip it. But if you think he looks cool, there's also the Optimus version as well. Who knows? They might do a Shattered Glass version. You never know. I mean, why not? Just do another repaint that stupid fans like us will snap up. My only thing I don't really like, at least looks wise, is I kind of not really a fan of the things above his feet, the little weird, whatever those are. I wish they kind of could sit lower, but that is not much I can do about it, really. Yeah, he's pretty good. Just I'm not sure how many people are going to be really interested in it. Again, it's a Nemesis Prime. It's $90 and it's non-transforming, so who knows? But it's a decent size. It's really posable, and if you liked what you saw, go ahead and get it. But if you kind of were turned off by it for either by the aesthetic or just the fact it doesn't transform, you probably should just go ahead and skip and just forget it existed. So yeah, I like it mostly. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter at Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my cohost.com/Nemesis-Prime. Check out my Patreon and my Coffee, and I shall see you next time with another video review.